San Jose. For the United States and Jill Ellis, it's a time of opportunity and experimentation as youth is being implemented. Today they take on number 36 ranked Romania, whose U.S. adventure begins. Fans coming out here at Avaya Stadium in San Jose, California. The second time the U.S. women will play here. Tonight they take on number 36 Romania in their first ever meeting. And welcome in, everybody. I'm Glenn Davis. Alongside me, she's former U.S. Women's National Team midfielder Julie Foudy. As we saw last month, 11 uncapped players brought into camp for Jill Ellis. 9-1 aggregate in 2 games against Switzerland. And tonight, the youth and experimentation continues.
And why not, when they did as well as they did in those last 2 games? And with 3 years until the next Women's World Cup, Jill Ellis has said it is a new day, and we are looking at new players. And 2 in particular that stood out, and this is my Continental Tire Analyst Corner. Lynn Williams, and a lot of people have been waiting to see her at this level in her debut with the national team. This is the MVP of the NWSL. In all of 49 seconds into her first game, she scores that goal, and she also gets an assist. And another young player making her debut against Switzerland, who we'll see tonight again in the midfield, Andi Sullivan, the junior star at Stanford University, the only collegiate player on the roster tonight, getting the start again for the United States.
The veterans are back in the fold in this camp as well, but Julie, in varying degrees.
Yeah, you're seeing Megan Rapinoe and Ali Krieger actually didn't make the 18. Rapinoe coming off that knee injury, still trying to fight back in. And Alex Morgan and Julie Johnston both going to be watching from the bench to start. I suspect both will get some time tonight, though.
Players are taking the field here in San Jose, California. When we come back, we'll show you the tactical lineups. The opening kickoff is next. The U.S. taking on Romania. Here in San Jose, California, the first of 2 matches for the United States women's national team against Romania. And it starts here tonight in San Jose, and as always, an abundance of young youth players out here in attendance to take in the stars of the U.S. women's national team. They are fronted and headed up by Jill Ellis, who led the U.S. to the World Cup win in 2015. She has spoken so much about experimentation, deepening the player pool, moving the tactics around, and that will continue here tonight in this 3-4-3, Julie.
Yeah, going to a different system. She was 3-5-2 against Switzerland. You're going to see here, especially Morgan Bryan coming up in a little bit higher role in midfield, getting into the 10. Andi Sullivan sitting behind her. Pay particular attention to Kalia Ohai on the right-hand side, another player, only her second cap with the U.S. national team, and the left back, Casey Short, in only her 3rd cap with the U.S. women's team.
Mirel Alban is the coach of Romania. They come in ranked 36th in the world. They almost qualified for the Euros, losing to Portugal at the final note there in a playoff match, but you focus on the 2 up front.
And Vitafu is the player who was their key in that Euro qualifiers, 4 goals, and Gorus up top for Romania.
Kaylee Ohai, you just saw a quick shot at her, got into her first camp for those matches against Switzerland, scored 48 seconds into her debut, and she's getting the start here tonight. There's a good look at Laura Roos. And Ohai is one that survived the first camp, is here for the next one, and has real opportunity against Romania in yellow, the United States in white. Beautiful 69 degrees. First ever meeting here. Your referee is Katia Korleva. Game on here in San Jose. The United States women will take on Romania again this Sunday. What do we expect from the Romanians? A lot of unknown around them, Julie.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching him training yesterday, and here's a team that just barely missed qualifying for the Euros next summer for the women's side. Lost to Portugal on an away goal, but they're going to be technical, they're going to be physical, we're told.
And they were one pass away from it there, showing a bit of good technique in that approach play. So Romania, in that qualifying, got into the final playoff against Portugal. They drew 0-0 in Portugal and then drew 1-1 in Romania. So they didn't actually lose to Portugal, but did not advance because of the away goals, which pushed Portugal into the Euros. Most of these players have not come to the U.S., play for the same club team, Olympia Cluj. And here's Ali Long, who remains in that sort of central spot in the middle of a three-back. Sauerbrunn. Back to Long. Played in this position against Switzerland in October. Tobin Heath already looking to run at people. Heath flared it forward.
It will be interesting, too, to see how they manage this three-front, because that's not something they play the U.S. team in a while. So you've got Press up there, you've got Lynn Williams, who's a player they're not familiar playing with, and Crystal Dunn on the other side. A ton of talent, a ton of pace on that front line. And Jill Ellis actually talked about wanting those front three to be a little bit tighter, pinched in, and her width is going to come, as you just saw, from Tobin Heath on one side and Ojai on the other.
Look at Tobin Heath, what a year it's been for her. Portland Thorns, 126 appearances, 17 international goals, had 10 assists to lead the NWSL. Off the goal kick, it's Roxana Oprah, 25-year-old. Jill Ellis saying we want to come out, we want to press, we don't want to let Romania breathe. Ojai now. Splits two. Good idea. She tried to lay it off, and I believe the offside flag is up. Free kick, Romania. Explosive pace, fast over a couple yards. Kelia Ojai, and had that remarkable 48 seconds in against Switzerland. How about that for a debut?
She beat Lynn Williams by 1 second. Lynn gets her first goal on her first touch in 49 seconds in the first game against Switzerland, and then Ojai gets it on her first touch in her first game in 48 seconds.
Yeah, these two are going, hey, this international thing's pretty good.
That's when you just walk off and retire, like I said. We're good.
I think you said that on the broadcast. Over the top goes Romania. Getting the start here tonight is Ashlyn Harris. She had the second game against Switzerland in Minneapolis, which the U.S. actually went down a goal in that game, and then it was a U.S. juggernaut, 5 straight goals and a 5-1 win.
And here's how nice Ojai is. She said to me yesterday, I actually said to Lynn, oh gosh, I'm so sorry I beat your record by a point. I mean, by a second. And then Williams said, oh, that's okay. I won the Golden Boot anyways.
Yeah,
with the league.
By assists, because they both had 11 goals and they both tore it up in the NWSL. A lot of Ojai's goals coming late in the year for the Houston Dash. Williams got the big prize, the NWSL championship. Sauerbrunn now off the throw to Ali Long. Heath now showing up on this side of the field. Quickly coming out of there, and Boyku's got tremendous skill, wearing number 10 for Romania.
And already you're seeing with Romania, they're organized, they're compact.
It's always interesting to see emerging nations in women's soccer and how they play the game and how they're coached and the challenges that they're beginning to overcome as they grow the sport in their country. Bryant, oh, it's great vision, but ball doesn't get there. It allows a tackle there. Coming in to make that play was Cordonanu, who also plays for Olympia Cluj. Most of the players in this Romanian roster play for Olympia Cluj under the coach Mirel Alban, so there's a lot of familiarity here. Incredible test and opportunity for Romania.
Now, the thing the U.S. is going to have to navigate with Romania is they're playing 5 in that midfield, and right now Andy Sullivan and Morgan Bryan are the only 2 sitting in the middle. They're numbered down in there. Remember, this is only Andy Sullivan's 3rd cap with the U.S. team, and boy, is she impressed in just a short time. The only collegiate player on the roster right now.
He's actually going to miss an NCAA tournament game against Houston Baptist. Pressure now coming a little bit higher, maybe a little element of surprise here. And Ohio can't control. It'll be a throw-in for Romania, so maybe a little bait and switch there.
And the U.S. has been playing teams that are sitting deeper, as we saw in the Olympics, of course, with Sweden. So this is a little bit of a change of pace for them, which is always good.
Bryan is fouled. It'll be a free kick. She gets pushed a little higher into the Carly Lloyd role here tonight, Morgan Bryan. Carly Lloyd off getting married.
Yeah, congratulations. Got married.
Left a pretty nice parting gift, though, with that bomb she hit in Minneapolis.
That was a strike.
It was. Sauerbrunn now. Dunn trying to make something happen here. Of course, Becky Sauerbrunn is one of the veterans that's been part of it the whole time. Lynn Williams flares it out wide. Tobin Heath now. Offside flag is up.
This will be interesting to see because Tobin was quite aware. You saw her holding that run. I think Lynn Williams has got to get her that ball a little bit earlier and in front of her.
8 minutes in here in San Jose. Isn't that part of it, though, tonight, is making sure the ball gets off your feet very quickly here against what we expect to be a very compact Romania?
Well, it's also, too, a part of it is that she wants a creative group in here.
Ball comes into the box. Shooting opportunity for Press. Blasts it in. What a hit from Kristen Press. It fell gratuitously to her. She delivers it in the back of the net. It's 1-0 in San Jose.
And this is where Kristen Press is just so dangerous, because here she's just cleaning something up. A gift falls to her, and she's able to adjust her body, put it on frame, and she's so good in front of goal with both feet. And that's a gift coming back to her, but she's ready. You see a lot of players who aren't expecting it. They're reshuffling their feet. She puts enough on it, even though it's at the goalkeeper that's in the back of the net.
38th international goal for Press. And against a team like Romania, you do want to get the game's first goal. The U.S. have got it. Press again now, trying to fight her way through the challenge. Correa now. Sullivan, nice early ball. Tobin Heath has got acres of space out here now. She's isolated one-on-one against Cornananu. She's avoided her. It's Heath. Cuts it back on a dime, whips it in. Second ball is won by Romania. Sauerbrunn now. Next big event for the U.S. will be the She Believes Cup, where the competition level will jump up, and then of course in the very distant future is the 2019 Women's World Cup in France.
And that's why you're seeing there's uncapped players, there's new formations, new systems, and that has to happen. I mean, it's not a question of if you should do it, it's a question of you have to do it, because you got to be experimenting and looking. You got plenty of time and trying new things and testing new positions.
One got chopped down from behind. U.S. still in possession. Sullivan, whose Stanford teammates are here tonight. What a moment for her. On the ball now for the United States. Great pass for the ball. She found Press. Press has got a run here. Bryan, it's bent in, and what a goal it is. It's Tobin Heath. Wrapped her right foot around it, bends it in, hits the side netting. The U.S. are off and flying here at Avaya Stadium. 10 minutes in, it's 2-0.
You know, Romania was probably thinking, hey, we got a little bit of rhythm. We're doing okay here. And then like that, with 2 excellent finishes. Here's a great lesson for Romania. You just don't give this team time and space in the box. And Tobin Heath has had a world of time on that outside. She sees she's got a little bit of an angle. And she looks up, sees it, has the vision and presence to say, I'm not going to hit this with power. I'm just going to bend this into the upper corner. What a nice finish.
Heath in the 10th minute. More from the United States now. It's Lynn Williams trying to get her. She'll square it back. And Romania cleared. U.S. adhering to what Jill Ellis said. We don't want to let them breathe. Ohai now beats one beautifully. Along the end line, can she find someone? Cross is cut out. Heath will pick up her 18th international goal. Still the United States. Dunn has got huge space here. She'll square it back and side-footed away. Absolutely a relentless attack here from the U.S.
And this is everything Jill Ellis wants to see. Look at all the different players that can go at you. Lynn Williams, Crystal Dunn, Kaylia Ohai, Tobin Heath on the other side. They're getting in line. They're trying to find seams in the box.
The break out of there was Andrea Voicu. She had 2 goals in the Euros for Romania. Most of these players have never been to the United States. Press has found a nice pocket of space. Coming central, beats one. Still Kristen Press. She'll lay it on. It's a chance to make it 3. A huge save and cleared. As driving in there was Lynn Williams, but a huge save there from the goalkeeper Roxana Oprah.
Press drawing a defender, wants to just slip it. I thought she was going to crank it from out wide. Nice little ball in, and Oprah coming off her line, cleaning that up. But the numbers the U.S. are sending as well. You already got 3 up high, and then you also got your outside wide midfielders, so they're sitting almost like a 5 up front. A lot to deal with for Romania.
United States #1 in the world. 20-0-3 in 2016. The loss on penalty kicks to Sweden in the Olympics considered a draw. But again, it is a time of opportunity, experimentation. We've seen tactical changes, players being given real opportunity here. And I guess if you survive the first camp and you're invited back, that's always a positive sign, right, Julie?
Absolutely. And the thing they talked about is learning from that Olympic experience with Sweden in that bunker is that they needed to start looking at more players that could break that bunker down in that compact defense and tight spaces.
Sauerbrunn quickly off the feet of Andy Sullivan. Very impressive in the games against Switzerland. Everybody's been very realistic about the level of competition. Switzerland was missing a number of key players.
Romania is, to be fair as well, missing 3 of their top players who weren't released from their clubs.
More from the U.S. now. Those 3 players, Florentina Olan, Andrea Paraluta, who plays for Atletico Madrid, and Roxana Oprah, who plays in Spain with Levante. So it's not always easy for the U.S. to get games scheduled either, right, Julie? I mean, we have to bring that into consideration as well.
And they fall out of FIFA windows, so those clubs, of course, don't have to release them.
A bit of shifting of the hips here by Tobin Heath, and she weaves in and out of and slaloms through a couple of Romanian players. Ohai now. And providing that cover and breaking that play up, Anna Maria Gora. Number 16. Big opportunity tonight, regardless of the scoreline, for Romania to gather some real experience. Oh, what a turn here from Ohai. Puts a cross and it's clear. Ryan's volley will go wide. It'll be a goal kick to Romania. Don't forget, the road to Russia 2018 marches on with a Group A matchup between France and Sweden. The top 2 teams in the group with 7 points. It's tomorrow, a FIFA World Cup qualifier, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. You can also catch it streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. Big day tomorrow in world soccer. Of course, the United States on the men's side in Columbus, Ohio, taking on Mexico. Voicu now. She's fouled, free kick. Ohai caught her. She's looked impressive on the ball, Voicu. plays for Cluj today, appearing for her 61st time for Romania. Roos, who provides a good switch of play. Romania's got a few players forward here. They'll get a good cross into the box. Here's Roos's header. Oh, it skimmed off the outside of the post. Would have been a memorable goal for the striker, and would have been a memorable goal for Romania.
That will give them a little bit of confidence as well. They have some success building, and then you see Roos just slides right in between the two backs, not picked up. Finds a little seam in there. Ali Long maybe needs to open up a little bit more and find her earlier.
Laura Roos had 2 goals in European qualifying. And we're told one of the players to really keep an eye on here tonight. She's appearing for her 89th time. She plays in Korea. U.S. again now, press. Scored that opening goal. Only 8 minutes in. Sauerbrunn. Oh, high. Crystal Dunn gets knocked off it. There won't be a call. And Sauerbrunn called for the foul, wearing the captain's armband here tonight. Let's go back to Romania's one real good chance here.
You see that they were late getting out there on the outside, and then Roos so close off that post there. Finding a gap in the box. That's going to be another new challenge the U.S. has to look at with that 3-back.
Second leg of the playoff to go to the Euros. She scored the tying goal against Portugal. It would end 1-1 as Romania couldn't get a second, and Portugal advanced again on the away goals rule. But it's pretty interesting. They had 7,000 plus there. It was really marketed by the Romanian Federation.
Yeah, talking to their press officer yesterday, he said, you know, we expected maybe 5, so we were pleased because it's really the first game we've ever, ever marketed for the women's side.
Williams with the pressing play is a real athletic, physical specimen up front for the Western New York Flash and the NWSL, winning the championship. Was that a steal against the Washington Spirit? Did they steal it from them?
I think they deserved it, but boy, that had to have been a heartbreaker for Washington in the end there.
It really was. Ojai couldn't control it. Jill Ellis reminding us that every position there is competition. We've had 2.5 years with one group. We're now providing a lot of opportunity to young players. They've had 4 to 5 days of training. They've done some inter squads, and as always, she reminds us what happens in training equally, if not more important than actually game day.
Well, and I think that's kind of the new mentality she wants to set of look, I respect the history of caps, and I respect that if you've won a World Cup or an Olympics, but right now it's about performance and consistency and getting out there and showing me you can produce.
Ojai's cross is cleared by Romania. Here's the mature beyond her years, Andy Sullivan, with a wonderful switch of play. That's just a great example of her passing range here. Tobin Heath is going to earn a U.S. corner now. Here's a good look at Andy Sullivan. Press. We'll clip it into the box. Far post Williams was marked well there. It'll be a goal kick to Romania. Good defensive work there by Gorea, who tracked her all the way.
Lynn Williams has been fun to see because of the fact that she can play both in front of that line. She can get in behind that line with pace. As you were saying before, Glenn, I think she brings a lot of elements to the field. She stretches defenses. She holds the ball. And then as we've seen with the NWSL, she's been great at finishing.
Ojai, Sauerbrunn. Wonderful U.S. bench tonight that includes Alex Morgan, Julie Johnston, Lindsey Horan, and Kelly O'Hara. Sauerbrunn, who's joining in a little bit more here tonight. Done. Morgan Bryan tries to switch a play. It's cut out. And Sauerbrunner knocked it back to Ali Long. Bryan press. So the U.S. right now really pinning Romania back here. The 2-0 lead, 21 minutes in. Glenn Davis alongside Julie Faddy. Hope you're enjoying this. Avaya Stadium in San Jose, an absolutely beautiful setting and backdrop for this U.S. women's national team match. Heath now will drive the cross in to the far post. Flapping at it was the goalkeeper for Romania, Oprah, and it'll be a goal kick. Heath has gotten one here tonight in the 10th minute.
Press recognizing she has the space. Turning, pulling the defender in. Finding a little gap in there. That's the seam they want to get in there. And she's seeing, okay, I got space, I can face. Pull them out of their shape a little bit. And those center backs from Romania, they're going to tuck into that midfield sometimes when she does that. It's exactly what she's trying to get them, just to shift them a little bit.
Williams. Her third appearance for the national team here tonight. Ellis mentioning to us she wanted a real high tempo in this game, wanted a lot of movement and mobility against Romania. Lose it, we want to win it back quickly. Oh, high now. So trying to work on that relationship with her and Crystal Dunn down this right side of the field. Has had some bright moments so far. Good look at Crystal Dunn. What an emergence this year it has been for Crystal Dunn.
So fun to see her versatility.
Top of the box, Williams. Get back to that in a second. She'll get a shot off. It's spilled, but able to recover there is the goalkeeper, Roxana Oprah.
And the thing that you notice right away with Crystal Dunn, we haven't had a chance to see it as much in this game, is that recovery when they lose the ball. I mean, it's a topic they've talked about a lot recently with the U.S. team.
Here's Dunn opening the game up. It's Ojai now. Tons of players in front of her. Self-pass from Ojai. Towards the end line, tackled away, coming back defensively was Laura Roos, the striker who skimmed a shot off the post early.
Look at her tracking all the way back. That is a long track for their top forward player. You gotta love that.
Nobody's gonna say she's not a two-way player. Sullivan, Dunn now, who's isolated. Look at that pace. She's dragged down. Free kick time, and we'll get a first yellow card here tonight. Comes to the striker, Laura Roos.
I'm not sure why she's arguing that. Pretty obvious.
Just outside the box. Jin plays her club soccer in Korea. Rel Albon, the coach of Romania, up off the bench. Andy Sullivan stands over this. A lot of space in and around the 6. That's where it goes, and that's it. In it goes. The United States have scored. Morgan Bryan laid out completely unmarked for the diving header. It is now 3-0.
You're going to see Morgan Bryan coming in, upper left. She's just going to find that seam in there. Pulls her back, pulls her away, just creates a little bit of a gap. Just that little stutter step. Creates a window, and she is not going to miss that one. Oh, cannot give that much time and space right in the middle of your box if you're Romania.
It's a 5th international goal for Bryant. Press drives it in, crosses cut out. Getting in front of it there was Avrishtuk, appearing for the 15th time here today for Romania. So 25th minute from Morgan Bryant. Romania left huge space in and around the 6. It'll be another free kick now. So Williams is brought down. And another yellow card here. And this time will come to Romania's number 14, Alexandra Lunca.
We'll see if they learned a lesson off that last set piece in terms of tighter marking here in the box.
Romania is already getting ready to make a change here in the 27th minute. Six around the box for the United States here. Dunn is occupying 2 defenders at the near post. East delivery. She's going to square it back. And they'll go all the way back to Ashlyn Harris in her 11th cap here today. Plays for the Orlando Pride. Sauerbrunn. It's a set piece that didn't amount to much. Ojai. Looked like a training exercise there. One way of stopping her. So a change here for Romania. Coming off is Raluca Sergey. And coming on is number 5, Adina Georgiou. Not sure if whether that's due to injury, performance.
Yeah, that was interesting. I didn't see any hobbling as she was coming off.
And Williams over the top. That goes down for a goal kick. Well, guess what? Who's come out to see Andy Sullivan today?
Guess who's in the house, Glenn?
Stanford. And
there they are. Go Card.
What a moment it is for them to watch their teammate.
How cool is that?
In the U.S. international jersey. Women's College Cup's going to be right here at Avaya Stadium Friday, December 2nd, the semifinals, 5 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. And then the championship Sunday, December 4th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Ojai trying to get here now with a long touch. And it goes into the arms of the goalkeeper, Oprah. Penn State, the Nittany Lions, the defending champions.
There's the danger of Ojai right there, turning that corner, getting around. Didn't quite get to it, but she is turning that.
Bruce here now. It's basically a 4-on-4 for Romania. Let's see if they can carve something out here. Trying to turn the corner on Casey Short. There's the run and movement there of Lunca, and Short deals with it well. Ashlyn Harris not happy with that late challenge from Roos.
Gets her foot in there. Andy Sullivan was talking about the Cardinal sitting, her team watching from the stand. She said to me yesterday that she didn't realize she was going to get called in for this game, and so they had bought a pack of 4 to actually attend the game. So she was coming as a fan, and especially because, you know, they have their first round of the NCAA playoffs. So she said, I was actually coming to the game as a spectator. I had to call my friend when I got the call in, like, hey, you're going to have to find someone to use my ticket. I'm actually playing in this game.
And she was very concerned about having to tell her teammates that she'd have to miss that game against Houston Baptist University in the NCAA tournament, which they're heavily favored to win. coached by Paul Ratcliffe. Sullivan's been very impressive. Jill Ellis very high. And what she's done so far since being brought into the full national team, she's got a long history of youth national team experience. Oprah now almost caught in possession, living on the edge is the Romanian goalkeeper, and over the top it goes. Is Rus going to get there first? Harris is off her line. She's got an empty net to hit. She's got to hit it. Romania has scored, and it's a significant moment here for Laura Rus and Romania, scoring against the United States. And it's now 3-1.
And Ashlyn Harris just gets stuck. You can see how high she is at the top of your screen, and she has to make that split-second decision. Do I come or do I retreat? And I think she makes the wrong decision there because she can't get there, that no man's land when you're stuck. Rus does a good job of just bringing it around her. But it's that moment as a goalkeeper where you just don't know. You either got to be higher to start or you got to get deeper.
Well, let's talk Laura Rus. It's been a pretty significant first half for her. Glanced the header off the post, has just scored against Ashlyn Harris, and took the goal beautifully. And has also been booked for a yellow card back defensively, so she's obviously standing out.
She's putting in her mileage.
And here she is again, trying to catch Allie Long in possession, as the U.S. trying to regain control here. All credit to Laura Rus, though. Took a spectacular goal, her 21st international goal. A little bit of a late challenge. It'll be a free kick for Romania. Wojku was fouled. There's Laura Rus. (3-1) U.S. 33rd minute here at Avaya Stadium in San Jose. A couple of great goals here in the first half. Sauerbrun's header. Done. So difficult for Romania, though, Julie, to deal with the athleticism of the United States, first and foremost.
You've got the speed. You've got a lot of players on this team now that Jill's looking at. That, you know, the first thing she says is you got to be able to play with your feet. It's why we see Allie Long at that center back position. She says all of it, the play is set from that center back position. And Allie Long isn't even a center back. I mean, mind you, it's only her third game playing as a center back. She's never played there, and especially in a three-back. That's not easy. I mean, and you're seeing, as you just saw in that goal, that there will be hiccups along the way with that. But Ellis has said it's worth it if I can find 11 players who technically give me the best ability to move that ball. And here is that goal. Let's look at that, because you're going to see Allie Long, there she is in the middle. She is going to get pulled up just a little bit, right? And you've already lost a back up here, so you've only got two in the back. You got to be concerned about what's behind you. She gets lost ball watching, and Rus just be able to get in behind her. Mind you, Ashlyn Harris is way off her line and coming. But those are the little things they're going to have to figure out in that three-back position, especially when you're sending one of those backs higher and going.
Well delivered ball, too. Here's Tobin Heath now. Hurdles one defender. Still Heath. She's got Crystal Dunn to her right. Brings her in. Here's Dunn now. Dunn to the end line. She's left the defender. She squares it back. Shot is blocked. In it goes Kristen Press. Player having a hard time breathing here. Romania quickly getting their staff on the field.
Nice bit of soccer right there to pull defenders, get around them, and Dunn getting in line. And here's the thing with that three front, and you're seeing so many numbers in the box for the United States. I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players right there. So the rebound falling to a U.S. player. And again, Press just so sharp in front of goal.
35th minute for Press, her second of the night.
Press is the type of player, she's so clean with both feet. She doesn't need a lot of looks. She's going to put that on frame and finish for you.
Was 4 minutes after Roos pulled one back. Andrea Cordonanu is okay. Took that shot in the chest. Here's Press now working on a hat trick here. She played at Stanford as well. It's a big night for the Cardinal. We were told before the game that Romania does use their upper body a lot, clutching, a lot of clutching, grabbing. For those who don't believe the upper body is a part of the game of soccer. Still the U.S. And some problems here for Lydia Havrishtuk. Caught an unintentional elbow. Short corner. Press. Casey Short now. Drives across him. The glancing header is going to go out for a goal kick to Romania. Stay tuned for more soccer on ESPN as the Audi MLS Cup playoffs will continue with the conference championships, and there are some good ones. First, the Eastern Conference, leg 1 on November 22nd. Montreal, the Impact, big surprise here in the postseason, taking on Toronto at 8 Eastern, that all-Canadian Eastern Conference matchup. Then the Western Conference, leg 2 on November 27th. Colorado taking on Seattle at 4 Eastern. Both matches are also streaming live on the Watch ESPN app. Free kick for the U.S. So the game's getting a bit choppy here, Julie.
Yeah, you can see Romania getting a bit frustrated, doing a little bit more grabbing, and there's also fatigue factor as well. They seem to be losing a bit of those legs.
Short now. Ball lays on a perfectly weighted pass here. Bryan lays it back. Hat-trick time. 3 on the trot here in San Jose. Kristen Press, who played her college soccer very close to here at Stanford, has hit for a hat trick, and it is now 5-1.
What's been so difficult for Romania to deal with is those midfielders that are coming in. They're getting the ball again. Morgan Bryan making those runs out of the back. They're so hard out of the midfield. Sorry, they're so hard to track. And then because of that 3 front, you got numbers already established in the box. With Press again, she's just not going to miss from that distance. But Bryan getting forward, Ohai getting forward, Heath out of midfield. You got 6 players constantly coming at you. It's a lot to deal with.
Romania must be thinking they're playing against 13 players here as white flashes keep going by them. U.S. just in a romp here in the first half.
It's why I love this system. We used to play this system early on with the national team, because if you can get a hold of the ball, you can impose the game. You're always attacking with that front 6. And it's so much fun because there's so much interchange and you're flying. And no one wants to track a midfielder, as we all know, coming out of the midfield with that run.
Crystal Dunn is fouled. By the way, with the hat trick here tonight, Kristen Press now goes to 40 international goals, which is something for Stanford's all-time leading goal scorer. She had that wonderful lob against Switzerland in Minneapolis after the delivery from Andy Sullivan. Here's Ali Long now. Becky Sauerbrunn. It's a bad giveaway. It's Roos now. He's going to lay it off. Back to Roos. Works a give and go. This is a wonderful combination play. But a stabbing tackle there from Sauerbrunn. And it's allowed the U.S. to get back behind the ball. Short will clear this. And it's Heath now. To Casey Short.
What a nice tackle by Becky Sauerbrunn there. Becky Butter getting that one when she was about to turn on that outside.
Let's talk about Becky Sauerbrunn, because she's been a part of every single one of these games, and when you're bringing in youth, you got to have enough veterans around to lead the way, right?
And she's going to be the one on that back line because it's Casey Short on the left side of that back line, only 3 caps. Allie Long's never played at that center back position. So, and Becky really is, more used to a center back position with 4 backs. So all a bit of a new position for all of them. But again, another player, as you're going to see with all these players, that is really good with the ball at her feet. One of the things they're constantly talking about with the U.S. national team is the completion rate of their passes and being able at all stages of the game and all different lines.
Well, of course, Sauerbrunn and Julie Johnston were the tandem in a back 4 that won the World Cup in 2015.
And really, you could say were the reason the U.S. largely won that World Cup, that 4-back, because they kept the U.S. in that tournament early on. And that's going to be one of the things that Jill Ellis is constantly looking at is how much do you give by giving a player that's so good offensively on the ball? Are you giving something defensively? And it's that balance of, do I want a better defender or do I want someone who can maybe give me a little bit more offensive? And maybe it depends on the team you're playing, of course.
Now, when the She Believes Cup comes in February, this is going to be a lot more real competition. We'll get back to that in a second because here's the U.S. on the attack. It's Crystal Dunn. She's got space. Squares the crossback. Prest is looking for a 4th here. Shot is blocked. Still Dunn. Dunn will whip a shot in, and it's handled by Romania. So back to that question. Allie Long really, let's be fair, from a defensive standpoint, has not been tested much against Switzerland and Romania. Do you think she'll remain and have an opportunity to play this role against better competition?
Yeah, because that's the only chance you get to see if she can do it, right? I mean, this is good in that it's given her some reps and some confidence and timing.
Here's Roos now. Casey Short just gliding back there. It's just going to earn a goal kick here. Some good work from Casey Short. Heading into the new year, there's a lot to talk about here. The Under-20 Women's World Cup will start on November 13th, Papua New Guinea. Collective bargaining agreement will expire in December. She Believes Cup in February, and still wondering what will happen with Hope Solo in the future.
That's when her suspension ends in February. She just had shoulder surgery end of September. And that CBA is sitting out there because that She Believes Cup, they could actually strike after that CBA expires. It's something that they had talked about before the Olympics, but they couldn't because of the CBA. They could actually after that expires in December. I don't think they will, but that's always a carrot that dangles out there.
Winning it back, go run.
And the Under-20s, as you said, Glenn, their first game against France on Monday, November 14th.
Michelle French in the Under-20s, and of course, after the U17 national team did not get out of their group play, that might even add a little bit more pressure on the Under-20 U.S. women's national team. In the attack now is Romania. Lucas cross repelled. Here's Morgan Bryan with a lot of space, an opportunity to get the head up. And, wow, almost picked out Kristen Press. U20 schedule here. Their group includes France, New Zealand, Ghana. And games come quick.
And we saw what happened with the Under-17s against Ghana. They struggled against Ghana. That Ghana team was good. It was physical. It was pressuring. And that was the real surprise of that Under-17 World Cup. So that's not an easy group by any means.
Here's Allie Long, spins out of there beautifully. Press, tricks and flicks, short of whip the cross into the near post. Lynn Williams couldn't get there. Nice build up. A little bit of creativity added to the element of that attack. They tried to pick out Williams. He's standing over the corner. U.S. weaving a lot of short corners in. Sullivan. Bohai. That explosiveness that she has over 3 yards is something special. 1 minute of stoppage time here in the first half. Sauerbrunn clips it in. Dunn to press, and she overhit it. It'll be a goal kick. Coming up at halftime, Jill Ellis and Tobin Heath will sit down with Julie Foudy. Interesting interview, one you're not going to want to miss. And Kristen Press impressing here in the first half with a hat trick.
And the thing about Press too is you know she's always going to be so good in front of goal. I think one of the elements of her game that they've been talking a lot about is both sides of the ball and bringing it physically. And tonight, every time the ball's been turned over, she's in there trying to regain it. It's been a theme. Fighting to get that ball back.
Allie Long. Heath is making a run in there. It's headed out by Romania, who have gotten into a few positions to counterattack here, but the United States, for the 8th time here in the year 2016, has scored 5 or more goals in a game. 3 of them in this first 45 minutes to that woman, Kristen Press, who has hit for a hat trick. The U.S. 5-1 here at the half. More to come here from Avaya Stadium in San Jose. The United States leading Romania 5-1.